Hey guys, welcome back to another BTD6 modding video. In this video, we're going to learn how to make all towers turn into super monkeys when you place them down or when you upgrade them. Before we get into it, if you're new to the series or you're not really sure how to get started modding BTD6, check out the first few videos in this playlist. They're called like the getting started videos. Basically, they're going to teach you the software you need to have installed, some terminology, like programming terminology, so you kind of can follow along, and it'll help you make your first mod, so none of this is hard and confusing. So yeah, if you're new, check that out. If not, let's get started. Open up Visual Studio, click on create a new project, and go to your template, type in BTD6, and we should be able to see our template. Give it a name. I'm gonna do all towers are super monkey. Give it a destination and press enter. Your project should be open now. We gotta make sure our template matches our current project. Because our template was made from another mod, we have to make sure that it is updated for our current mod. So for starters, at the top of Visual Studio, click on Project, then click on All Towers are Super Monkeys. Properties, basically the item at the bottom that says properties. And you'll probably notice that these two things here, assembly name and default namespace, are not the same. You want to make sure that they are both correct for the current mod. So I'm going to do all towers are super monkey for the assembly namespace, and you can have spaces in this one, but you can't have spaces in this one. Now you can have these as anything you want, but you want to make sure that they're relevant to your current mod. So like if we were trying to make all balloons camo, then we would want to do like all balloons camo or something here, and all balloons camo, you know, or whatever you wanted to call it. So make sure you save it. I press Ctrl S on my keyboard to save it, then you can close this. Next, open up the main file over here in your Solution Explorer. If you don't see this Solution Explorer thing here, at the top of Visual Studio, click on View, and then click on Solution Explorer. Next, we want to change this logger.log thing, so it says, all towers are super monkey has loaded. This line isn't necessary, but it lets the user know that a mod has successfully loaded, and it tells them which one is loaded. All towers are super monkey. Whatever your mod is, you would just put the name there. One thing I want to point out to you guys is if you notice right here it says namespace, and then it says all towers are super monkey, and it's got these underscores here. Well, if I go back to my project properties, it's the exact same thing. All towers are super monkey, and it uses underscores instead of spaces. It even says default namespace here. So what that means is it's saying this right here, all this code is in the namespace. Think of it like a folder on your computer. It's in the folder called all towers are super monkey, and that's why it looks the same here. The reason this one's called default namespace is because it's like the default folder. Everything should be in this namespace or this folder because it's default. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that real quick. Next, over here, click on the little arrow next to properties so it drops down, and then double click on assembly info. Make sure that this spot right here where it says type of all towers are super monkeys or whatever it says, make sure this is the same as your default namespace. If you see like a red squiggly line under here, basically press the back button and start typing the name of this file right here. In my case, it's all towers are super monkey, which is also your default namespace. So I'll do all towers, see, and you can already see it's right there. Press tab and we're good. You'll also notice this says hypersonic mod for me, which this is basically the name of your mod in terms of melon loader. Well, I'm not doing a hypersonic mod, I'm doing an all towers are super monkey mod. So I'm just gonna copy this, paste it here, and get rid of these underscores because we can have spaces in the name of our mod. And the assembly title is correct, it's the same, this is the same. Our mod is version 1, so this is correct. This is the version of your mod in Melon Loader, and that's correct. And yes, I am the author. Everything looks good. Looks like we're ready to go. So I've gone ahead and closed that assembly info file, and now I'm in my main file. So now it's time to make our mod for BTD6. Well, let's think about this. How exactly are we supposed to make every tower a super monkey? Like I've said multiple times throughout this tutorial series, BTD6 modding is different than BTD5 modding or Battles or Monkey City. It's not as straightforward, so you gotta think about things a little bit more. So let's look at this like it's a problem that we need to solve. Well, first off, what do we want to do? Well, we want to make all towers turn into super monkeys. That's our goal. So the problem is, how do we make all towers turn into super monkeys? Okay, well, the next question is, when do we want them to turn into super monkeys? Well, I mean, when you think about it, we want them to turn into super monkeys when we place the tower down. So what that means is, what do we want? We want all towers to be super monkeys. When? When they get placed. Or when they're created. So basically, whenever a tower is created, we want to turn it into a super monkey. We've already got a blank harmony patch here, and we know that we want to be changing what happens when a tower is created. If you remember from a previous video, this is the class that we want to be hooking our stuff to. Well, the class this time is going to be tower because we're going to be changing the tower. So just type the word tower here, and you want to get the one that says assets.scripts.simulation.tower. So just press tab on that. Just a quick side note, if you're ever wondering where something is from, like this tower, for example, is from assets.scripts.simulation.tower. If you wanted to know where something is from, you could just hover over it and you could see right there, it pops up, assets.scripts.simulations.towers. All right, so we have set our correct class name. Now we have to say which method we're trying to hook. And for us, it's the initialize event. Initialize means when it's created. And like we already said, we want our mod to change the tower when it's created. Awesome, so that's pretty good already. Now let's change the name of our class. We don't have to do this, but it's good to keep your names consistent. Since this is a tower initialize patch, harmony patch, we're gonna name it tower initialize patch. And for this mod, we're gonna make this a prefix. So I'm gonna just type in prefix, press tab, and now we're gonna do a harmony prefix. This means that our mod is gonna happen before BTD6's code happens. I've covered that in the previous video. A quick recap is there's two types of harmony patches you can do, prefixes and postfixes. Prefixes means your mod happens before BTD6. Postfix means your mod happens after BTD6. But yeah, we're doing a prefix. For prefixes, you have to say whether or not to continue with BTD6's original code, meaning you can cancel BTD6's original code if you want. Now, you don't always want to do that because it can cause a lot of problems, so we're not gonna cancel it. But what that means is you have to return true or false whether or not to do BTD6's code. So return true if we want to do it. Return false if we want to cancel that stuff. That means our function, our method right here, has to have a return type. If you're not sure what return types are, check out the Getting Started Part 2 video where I cover all the programming terminology. A quick version though is, this is a function, this is a method. Whenever this function or method is done doing all of its work, it's going to output something. Think of it like a vending machine. You put in a quarter and then you type in which thing you want and it does all this work, all kinds of crazy work. You have no idea what it's doing. That's all hidden behind a vending machine. But then when it's done, it outputs your soda. So yeah, that's a return type. And we have to specify which return type it is. That's what this keyword here is. Right here, it says void, which means nothing. Don't return anything. We want to return true or false. So we're going to say bool, which means true or false. Now you notice this little red squiggly here. It says it doesn't return a value. Basically, press enter a couple times and do return true. And now we're good. While we're at it, let's rename this to prefix again, because we want to have consistent naming. And there is no such weapon thing here because we're not doing anything with weapons. We're doing stuff with towers. So instead of weapon, type the word tower and you're good to go. You'll notice this red squiggly here because the tower instance doesn't have a weapon model. So just delete that. Now this tower initialize method within BTD6 also passes in a model to use for the tower. What we're going to do is we're doing a prefix, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the model that's getting passed in. So when the tower is actually created, it uses our model instead of the one BTD6 originally said to use. If you remember from that Getting Started video, I talked about harmony patches and prefixes, and how with a prefix, you can actually change the values BTD6 gives to their methods. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're doing a prefix so our mod happens before BTD6's code happens, and real quick, we're just gonna change the model BTD6 said to use so we can use our model instead, the Supermonkey. Here's how you do that. Right over here, after it says tower instance, put a comma, and then type the word model. And you want to do the one from assets.scripts.model. Press tab or click on it, whatever, and then type model to use. Exactly the way I typed it. Lowercase m, capital T, capital U. The reason why our mod works, or will work, is because we're using BTD6's code exactly as it is. I'll cover all this in a later video, but basically BTD6 has a parameter called model to use, and it's spelled exactly like this. So we're just grabbing the one it already has and changing it to what we want. If we did a capital M here instead of a lowercase m, it wouldn't work. BTD6 doesn't know what this thing is. It has to be exactly like BTD6 for it to know what it is. Don't worry too much about this right now. Very soon I'll be making a video explaining all this stuff, and then you guys are going to have a complete knowledge of how to mod BTD6. I just haven't covered it yet because I want you guys I want to ease you into the BTD6 modding process. All right, but now inside of our little curly brackets here and above this return true, so like right here, we're going to do model to use equals, and then let's type tower util skills, which is a NKHook6 thing. Just press tab on it and then dot. Let's do get tower, put your parentheses, and we want Supermonkey. Now you can either type the word Supermonkey as a string, meaning it has double quotes like this, or you can use BTD6's function or tower thing called tower type. So you can just type tower type like this, and if you press tab, and then you can do dot, and then you can just specify exactly which tower to use. So we're gonna do this way, Supermonkey, and you can see there it is. So I press tab, put a semicolon at the end, and our mod is done. One thing cool about NKHook's get tower function is you can also specify which upgrades to have. So if I just put a comma after the Supermonkey, I can specify which ones I want. For example, let's do 5, 2, 0. This means the first upgrade path is going to be tier 5, the second is going to be tier 2, and the last one is 0. You can technically do 5, 5, 5, but it'll crash your game because there's no such thing as a 555 Supermonkey. So if you made a mod or someone made a mod or whatever where you could access something higher than 520, it would work because it would get the correct model. And that's all we're doing here. We're using NKHook's get tower method to get this exact tower, a Supermonkey. First upgrade path is tier 5, second is tier 2, third is tier 0. We're getting this tower right here, or this model, and we're assigning it to model to use. We're changing BTD6's original model to use to be this one instead. And then we're done. And then we return. One last thing we got to do to make this work is before this model to use right here, right in front of it, just put the ref keyword, R-E-F. So it looks like this. In C#, this means reference. So we're referencing the exact one from BTD6. It's not just any model to use. It's exactly the one BTD6 is passing into this tower initialize method. So yep, we're saying the exact one BTD6 has right here, change it to this. Let's see what it looks like in game. Awesome, so I'm in game and I'm gonna just take my little dart monkey. He looks just like a dart monkey, you know, nothing crazy here. And I'm just gonna plop him down right here. And look at that, isn't that pretty cool? If I try sending a couple balloons after him, let's send a couple ZOMGs and that. Look at that, that is crazy. So this is a fully functioning super monkey. He's just wiping that thing out. Yeah, so this works with any tower. Place glue gunner, bam. Mortar tower, bam. Alchemist, bam. Even the super monkey. Well, here's the thing, even the super monkey turns into it. But let's say you wanted to make it so the super monkey didn't turn into him, so you can choose his upgrade still. Because right now, as it is, everything turns into this one, a 520. But maybe you wanted a 250 or something, right? And you wanted the super monkey to be customizable, basically. It's really easy to do that. Let's see how. So I'm back in Visual Studio, and I'm gonna do an if statement here. So above our model to use, I'm gonna type if parentheses, model to use, dot, name, dot, contains, parentheses, and then those double quotes, which means a string, and let's do the word super monkey. And then we're gonna type the word under it, we're gonna press enter and do return true. So what does this mean? This is saying if our model's name contains the word Supermonkey, return, meaning exit our function. We do not want to continue if the model's name contains the word Supermonkey. Here's the thing, let's say I place down a Ninja Monkey. Our Harmony patch is going to get called, and the model to use name is going to have the word Ninja Monkey in it instead of Supermonkey. So let's see what happens. If model to use name contains Supermonkey, does it? No, this is a Ninja Monkey. It doesn't contain Supermonkey. Oh, so then this is false. This isn't true, this is false. Since this is not true, we don't have to return because our model's name does not contain Supermonkey. It contains Ninja Monkey. So this doesn't happen. It just skips to the next line, which is this. So that's how it works. If the model's name contains Supermonkey, return. If it doesn't, don't return. Go to the next line. So let's see what it looks like in game. Like before, I'm gonna place a dart monkey down. Boom, works just like intended because the name contains dart monkey, not Supermonkey. But if I take my Supermonkey and place him down, nothing happens. He did not turn into a super monkey or the true sun god. Let's try making it so the ninja and the Supermonkey can stay themselves, but everything else turns into the true sun god. So let's see how to do that. Again, we're back in Visual Studio. Inside the parentheses of this if statement, just copy from model to use to the end of the parenthesis after Supermonkey. And then put a space, and then do these two double lines here. In programming, this means or. And then press a space again, and then just paste it. And now your code should look like this. If you're getting any errors here, make sure you copied it exactly. You need from the M here all the way to this end parenthesis here. So copy that. And then instead of Super Monkey here, change it to Ninja Monkey, like that. And now this is saying if the model's name contains Super Monkey or the model's name contains Ninja Monkey, return. Get out of here. We don't want to continue. Let's see what it looks like. We're back in BTD6. If I place down a Dart Monkey, you can see our mod still works. If I place down a Super Monkey, he stays a Super Monkey. Now, if I try to place down a Ninja Monkey, he stays a Ninja Monkey. Here's something interesting. Check this out. If I buy an upgrade for this Ninja Monkey, he stays a Ninja Monkey. Maybe that's what you want. Awesome. But what happens if you want to make a mod so every tower is a Super Monkey, but if you upgrade another tower, like our Ninja Monkey, then it turns into a Super Monkey? So like, placing down a Ninja Monkey like this, it's fine, it's just a Ninja Monkey. But when you upgrade him, he turns into the Super Monkey. So we're doing a mod where upgrading towers turns them into Super Monkeys. Let's see how to do that. We've actually got most of the code done already. Just copy your entire Harmony patch, press enter below it a few times, paste it again, and now you're gonna get some errors, but it's totally fine. We'll correct the errors in just a second. For starters, this Harmony patch we're making is gonna hook BTD6's updated model method. This method happens every time BTD6 updates a tower model. So instead of tower initialized, do tower updated model. Make sure it's updated, ending in a D, so past tense. If you do update model, it won't work. So updated model. Next, let's change the name of our patch here from tower initialized to tower updated model. And now we're done. This will work just fine. One thing to note is this is just like the previous patch, where if the name contains Super Monkey or the name contains Ninja Monkey, return. As of right now, with our current mod, the only towers that will be upgradable are Super Monkey and Ninja Monkey. Everything else got turned into a max tier Super Monkey, which has no more upgrades left. So if we want to see this method, this patch, if we want to see upgraded towers turn into Super Monkeys, we have to allow that to happen. The quick version is get rid of this. By getting rid of that, we're saying every tower, when it's upgraded, will turn into the Super Monkey. Unlike this one up here where it says ignore the ones that have Super Monkey and Ninja Monkey in the name, this patch is saying every tower gets upgraded. So this is gonna work. But just for fun, let's change it. So instead of the upgrade towers turning into a Super Monkey, let's do Sniper Monkey. So when we place towers, they turn into the Super Monkey, but when we upgrade them, they turn into the Sniper. Let's see what it looks like. Awesome. So we are in game. If I place down a Dart Monkey, like always, it turns into the True Sun God. If I scroll down and place a Super Monkey, it stays a Super Monkey. If I upgrade it though, it turns into a 520 Sniper Monkey. Pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about turning towers into other towers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stick around for the next one. I'll see you then. Bye.